Hello, Facebook. Good evening. Good evening. Happy Friday. And I am Kristen Nicole Mann, and I am back with another topic. Um, and tonight we're talking about heartbreak. Heartbreak. So I'm, of course, doing my usual, seeing if I am live. And all right. So I have a lot to talk about with this topic. I'm excited. Yesterday I talked about what did I talk about yesterday? Today was a long day. But yesterday, if you want to go check that live out, I talked about um 3 ways to unlearn past mindsets. So if you want to check that live out, it's on my YouTube channel below. You can subscribe and see all my past videos on there. And then tonight I have a discount code on my website for 10% off whatever order you get. So I have journals, I have books, I have last minute Christmas gifts. So check that out, and it'll be scrolling throughout this whole video. So I am going to dive in and get started. Welcome back to, if you are watching the replay. If you're not, well, hello. So it has been a long week, but we're here. So we are here. So let me just make sure again I have this shared to my other pages and we will get started. I hope everyone had a great day. And I hope that you are learning from the videos that I do. These are things that I talk about with my friends, and I'm truly excited to talk about this tonight. So, how to bounce back from heartache and heartbreak and not be a victim. Um, 2024 should be our bounce back year. I know it sounds cliche, but we've had some trying times throughout the last couple of years. And this tonight is not always about romantic relationships. It could be for friendship, it could be for any type of heartbreak when it comes to certain relationships in your life. So you can apply it to anything that you have had heartbreak over. And this is for informational purposes only. So, of course, I always recommend, if you are a severe case, go get counseling. Don't hold everything in and don't isolate yourself. So make sure you go do that so that you can talk to someone, or reach out to a friend, a confidant, someone you trust, and let them know how you're really feeling. So let's start with how to get over this heartbreak. So when I say get over, I don't necessarily mean not to deal with the emotions of heartbreak. Heartbreak is something that all of us go through at some point in our lives, and it all depends on how you deal with it, on how you're going to heal. So, if you don't do nothing about it, you're going to probably um, have that fester and grow into something that is going to be pretty ugly. And so, my whole mission tonight is that you get the information that I'm giving you, and you take it and you strip down what you could do at this time, like what you're capable of doing at this time. You don't have to do all of these steps or things that I discussed, but just give it a try, at least. Give it a try. So, let's just talk about the effects of heartbreak. I'll take you through that first. Effects of heartbreak include, and I'm reading my notes like always. Effects of heartbreak include increased stress, reduction or increase in weight, feeling of hopelessness, self-deprecation, depression, and even suicidal thoughts. So I'm going to always put my notes in the comment section so that you all can see what I'm referencing. Um, so here's what I just stated. Effects of heartbreak include increased stress, reduction or increase in weight, feeling of hopelessness, self-deprecation, depression, and even suicidal thoughts. And so I put pink tonight because it's like representation of your heart. But these are all things that I have dealt with certain heartbreaks in my life. Looking back, I realized why the heartbreak was so severe. Because we should never put ourselves in a position to worship someone to the point where they're our everything or they're an idol. And we can dodge a lot of what I just stated about the increased stress, the increased weight gain. We can dodge a lot of these things by not putting someone on a pedestal to where they are everything. That goes with romantic relationship, that goes with a friendship, that goes with family, that goes with your coworkers, your boss. Like, you don't want to ever put people on a pedestal to the point where they're controlling your emotions. So I wanted to start out with that to let y'all know, what heartbreak means. And then I got these really cool descriptions of what it means when you're a victim, the rescuer, and the perpetrator. Perpetrator. That's what I meant. So I'm going to go over the victim first. And this is pretty interesting information because I don't want you to be in victim mode the rest of your life. We're going to have several relationships throughout our lives, and we don't want to get stuck in the victimhood of a heartbreak. And so what I came across in a certain article is that, and it's going to block me a little bit, but the victim, they come across as overly sensitive. They see themselves as victims, mistreated, helpless, hopeless, and have a sense of guilt. The victim can deny any responsibility of any of their actions and the inability to change their current circumstance. They usually seek a rescuer to help them, and will put the rescuer in perpetual I can't even pronounce perpetrator mode if not helped. So there we have right here, we have the victim. So you can analyze tonight whatever information that I give you. Are you the victim right now because of a certain heartbreak? The next thing that I found, the interesting fact that I found was the rescuer. Are you the rescuer? So let's put this in the comments so I can bring it up. So the rescuer, they need victims to help and often can't allow the victim to succeed or get better. They can use guilt or keep their victims dependent and feel guilty themselves if they are not rescuing somebody. So these are mindsets or states that you can be in after a breakup or a heartbreak that you are experiencing, and you can be this. So these are things I'm giving you all so that you can identify which one are you. Are you the victim, like I just shown, or are you the rescuer so far? And the last one is the word that I keep not being able to pronounce. Uh, the perpetrator. So let me put that on the screen. Okay, you're not going to see me. Okay, that looks better. The perpetrators blame the victim, set strict limits, criticize, are angry and controlling. They keep the victim feeling hopeless through fear, Perpetrators are stubborn and have the inability to show any vulnerability. They have the fear of becoming a victim themselves. Perpetrators criticize, but they don't actually solve any problems or help anyone else solve the problem. So you can go in perpetrator state after a heartbreak. These are ways that people deal with a heartbreak. So if you can identify with this, you might want to check in and look into this definition further. So we're going to take that off the screen now. So hopefully that helped so far. And it said these three roles are described in their most extreme roles, but we have seen milder versions, and these whenever we are in conflict or witness one. So you could be all three. You could be, one day, another day. So I wanted to give those three to kind of give you an idea of what mode you can go into. Now let's get into the steps. Okay. So we're going to get into number one. So this is ways that you can get over heartbreak, and I have about 5 that I'm going to go over, and then I have some bonuses. So yes, this is interesting because I want people to understand like where they may be. A lot of people over the pandemic had breakups, whether it was romantic, friendships, family even got the beef in and broke up. So these are things to help. This is information to help. So if you do have a severe case, again, I'll go to a counselor, go to a psychologist, speak to someone about it, because this may bring awareness to how you've reacted to a heartbreak, and you might realize like, I do need to speak to somebody. I do need to book that appointment. And that's okay. You're not weak if you do. Everyone needs someone to talk to. So number one, to get over heartbreak and bounce back, allow yourself time to grieve. Grieving takes time. It doesn't take overnight. You're not alone. Yes, we can feel better. But when as the day goes on, you may have a flashback about the person and the situation, and you're like, your energy can go down. Your emotions can rise up and your energy could go down. So allow yourself time to grieve. No matter the circumstances of your split, your feelings are valid, and processing them is a journey in itself. So it's okay to process your emotions after a heartbreak. This is something that I wish I had when I was younger and went through like a heartbreak that led to depression, like a deep depression. I really wish someone would have told me this, or this information was kind of like front and center. I understand that technology has evolved, so of course we are able to see this more, but allow yourself time to grieve. Don't feel bad about it. Now, if you're grieving a little bit longer than you need to, again, you might want to check and get a diagnosis. Maybe you have slipped into depression, or you slipped into mental health, and you want to maybe check that out if it prolongs. But definitely allow yourself to grieve, because you're not going to be able to just get over this in one day, especially if you were with someone a long time. That tends to hurt more. So you don't want to just rush through that. Now, number 2, let's go on to number 2. Don't stay friends and consider deleting your ex's number. Dun, dun, dun. So some people say that they can be friends with their exes. I get it. That's some people. But if that's not you, do not force a friendship with someone that hurt you or you're hurt about. What it does, it just keeps ripping the Band-Aid off, and you have to keep healing from it, and it just might not be time. Over a period of time after you grieved and you moved on and you're in a different space, maybe y'all can be cordial, but I wouldn't consider keeping the number or staying friends right away, because all it's going to do is hurt. Who wants to keep wounding themselves with staying friends? So delete the number, delete them. I don't want to get ahead of myself because I'm going to talk about social media too, but delete the number. It helped me with several people. It helped me delete the number. I didn't stay friends with them because it just didn't help at the time. It didn't help. Now if I see them, hey, what's up? But I'm still not close knit to them. So you want to protect yourself from that. And that leads to number 3. I'm going to put it in the comments. These all flow together. So number 3, hope this is helping so far. Protect your heart with a social media purge. Whether you're scrolling through old photos of happier times or hitting refresh on your ex's profile, who's been there, to analyze every update, Facebook and Instagram can be pure poison for the brokenhearted. So when you have a heartbreak, stop checking that person's page. Now, this is not easy for people. This is not easy for all of us. We want to check. We want to see, like, are they sad about us? Do they still think about us? Like the 50 Cent song, do you think about me? Like we want to check that, but that's not protecting your heart. So you want to do the same thing that you did with the telephone number. You might have to get them off of your social media until you have the capacity to see what they're doing, know that they've moved on. And I don't suggest keeping them on, right after the breakup. Now, if you want to, I'm going to forewarn you, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Because especially if they move on with someone else, it's not going to be easy. So just know it's not going to be easy. So you might want to protect your heart with number 3. Let's go to number 4. Number 4. And please comment and let me know if this is helping. And don't forget, I have an Overcome discount code on my website. If you need any type of resource like a journal, because one of the points I'm going to let y'all know what that is. But number 4, connect with friends more. Make plans with friends so you don't have time to wallow. Get out of your environment and go out to eat with someone, go to the park, link up with people that you probably isolated yourself from when you were in this specific relationship. Reconnect with people in general, because what it's going to do is going to uplift your spirits. You're going to realize that you're not alone. There's other people that have went through heartbreak just like you, and they could give you information on how they got through it. So it's better to heal within community than heal by yourself. Never, ever, ever isolate yourself. Never, unless you have a sickness that is contagious. Never isolate yourself. Connect with friends more and see what else there is for your future. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I would suggest also, as a side note, do not go out with friends that are friends with your ex or friends with who you just severed a relationship with. Don't go out with people y'all mutually know and vent to them, because it's always going to get back to them. That happened to me where I went out with my ex's best friend. I thought I was going out to eat. We talked about, the situation, and he went back and misconstrued everything I said, misquoted me. I mean, it was a disaster. Don't ever Go out with mutual friends, go out with people that you knew before, that don't really know that person, because it makes it better. You can really like be honest and truthful, and be around people that won't be willing to go back to him or her and gossip. So reconnect with friends. Now on to number five. Number five, write a lot. Adopting this new hobby. So, for just 20 minutes a day over 3 days, commit to writing about your deepest thoughts and positive feelings regarding the former relationship. Now, another thing that you can do is write a letter to that person. Doesn't mean give it to them. You can write them a letter with all the words that you want to do. Sometimes they're going to be curse words. I mean, yes, I'm a believer, but sometimes we have some ugly thoughts. So what you want to do with that letter after is rip it up or burn it, whatever the case may be, but don't try to give it to the person. It's not going to help. So write, pick this up as a habit. I do have journals, on blank journals on my website. Pick this up as a habit and like keep putting it in motion, practicing like writing out your thoughts. Practice writing, all of your thoughts. They can be ugly thoughts. They're probably going to be ugly thoughts for about 5 to 10 days. Like you might say, I just really don't like this person. But after a while, it's going to turn into gratitude, because you're going to say, God shut that door for a reason. So I trust you. And we can start writing that in order to overcome the heartbreak. So yes, definitely get all those bad things out, and then start writing sentences of gratitude. Write about 10 to 20 sentences like, I'm thankful for being able to still continue with life. I'm thankful for being able to have had this person in my life, and now I'm thankful that God is releasing me to go into another relationship with someone, or just move forward in life in general. So I'm just giving you like freestyle, sentences that you could do. Um, Now these are bonuses that I'm putting in for the next comment. These are bonuses. So you can, after the heartbreak, you can identify what you learned. So identify not all the negative things, but you identify what you learned about yourself. So were you too clingy? Were you like too controlling? What do you not want to carry to the next relationship or the next friendship, or when you rekindle with that family member? Like, what do you want to change about yourself? And then what did you not like about the relationship? Like, you can be honest and say, I didn't like how we didn't spend enough time together. I don't like how I was spoken to. Like, just, these are bonuses. Identify what you learned. Next, travel and explore new places. um Traveling is not that hard these days. You might not have the money now, but start saving up for a trip. You can even take a trip, locally to something, and explore some, like a museum you never been to in your town. Like, do something new that was away from what you all used to do. Don't go to the same restaurant and eat and think that you're going to be like, la, la, la. Find another restaurant to eat at. And explore, have fun, do have fun after. And then last thing, release the what ifs and the mistakes. So after you go over what you identified, learn to release, the mistakes and the what ifs you made, because you don't want to harbor that. You don't want to keep that. this is what helped me traveling. Yes, yes, traveling definitely helps. And you want to release the what ifs and the mistakes while you're traveling. In new environments, they just do stuff to us, like they just make us more inspired, they make us more motivated, and they help us to overcome these certain things. So it's exciting. To move forward after a while. It might not feel like it in the first place, but you definitely want to just get out and experience something new. Um, so I think that is all I have. And let me just make sure. Yeah, so it's like you're going to be in love more than once in your life anyway. It's not something that you just do one time. Um my, my mom is, yes, she's doing a book on narcissism. So yeah, that's gonna be coming out soon. And we know we fall in love. Not, I don't like to say fall in love anymore, because we really shouldn't be falling in love. We should just be um, going after what God wants for us. And if we continue to try to be someone's everything, we're gonna continue to be heartbroken. So that's a key thing that you might want to take away from this video, is that you are not going to be everything for someone, and they're not going to be everything for you. But as long as y'all can come to an understanding, and I'm not a relationship guru, because I've had my fair share of what I thought was a relationship, but with more growth and wisdom, I understand that it's not my responsibility to be everybody's or anybody's anything. It's my responsibility to work on myself and continue to live out my purpose. And you would want that for someone else, but don't want it more than them. They have to want the purpose out of their lives as well. And sometimes as women, we think we can fix people. We think we can, really do things to make sway people to be something that we want them to be. And so tonight, I just really want you to take away the information that I gave you in the comments, and you can decipher what you want to use, what you don't want to use. I know that I've been heartbroken to the point where I was extremely depressed. Thank God it was when I was younger, because if I was dealing with that now, I don't know if it would be the same result. But really, I was depressed, and then something just in me was like, this is not me. And I just said, I'm going to go get a job. I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to do all these things. And it just clicked, like, this is not me. I'm letting a person control my emotions. I'm letting a person claim that I'm not enough. And that's not right. That's not right. So you don't want to so let's go over the steps really quick again, so that you all can get it. So allow yourself time to grieve. No matter the circumstance of your split, your feelings are valid, and processing them is a journey in itself. Number two, don't stay friends. Consider deleting your ex's number and even ex friendships numbers. Um, and maybe I'll talk about friendship breakup in its own video, because that's a real thing. And then protect your heart with a social media purge. Get them off your page until you have the capacity to see what they're doing. um Connect with friends more, make plans with friends so that you don't have time to wallow. Excuse me, meet some new friends. I would add to that, meet new friends outside of the circles that you all used to be with. um and I think that was sometimes in the past my biggest downfall too, is that I just would consume my world with this person's friends, what they like to do. Everything was about them. And you don't, as a female, you don't want to shift yourself into what you think the person is going to like. And I'll probably do a whole video on that now that I'm talking out loud. And number 5, write a lot. I know sometimes people think, they've said over, like in workshops that I've done with journaling and writing and stuff, they've been like, this is awkward, I don't know if this is really going to work. And it really does. If your brain can see it, your brain can hear you saying it, and it's going to react to that. So I recommend writing everything out. Like I said, the good, bad, the ugly. And I also recommend you writing a letter to that person and reading it and then ripping it up or burning it. Do it like, how those movies say, they have the person writing a letter and then they burn it in the fire or something. Do that. It actually helps. I'm telling you, it actually helps to see it burn, because it's like you're releasing it. And then the bonuses was to identify what you learned in that relationship, travel and explore new places, and release the what ifs and the mistakes. And these aren't popular topics. The topics that I'm doing, a lot of people don't like to face or admit that they're going through certain things. They don't like to admit that they have heartbreak. But there are people that really actually pass on with broken hearts. And the doctor will even tell you that they passed on with a broken heart. So this is serious stuff. It's like I told you in the beginning, the effects of heartbreak include increased stress. It's a lot of increased stress going on right now. It could be reduction or increase in weight. Sometimes people pick up what is eating disorders, or they find comfort in food, and we don't always reach for the best food when we have stress. And when we have, a heartbreak, we don't reach for the best food. So there's a lot of feelings of hopelessness. There's self deprecation. And let me give y'all the definition of that, because I don't think I want to just be throwing these words out here and y'all don't know. So self-deprecation is like self-criticism. So you're like beating yourself up for what happened. Like you are harming yourself with words. You might even be harming yourself with scratches on your body. You might be harming yourself with the negative thoughts. So that's what self-deprecation is. So you are blaming yourself for the fallout or the breakup. And a lot of us do that, or have done that. So we're not wanting to be in that state. This is the whole point of me doing this. And then depression, and even, those thoughts. So that's all for tonight. I hope you all share this with someone that needs help getting out of the heartbreak. And this is a really important live. And I guess I'm going to have to continue with, friendship breakup and just these type of topics in general, because it's going to help many. So I'll put this up on YouTube, and you can follow me. It's scrolling. Subscribe to my YouTube channel under Kristen Nicole Mann. And then I have a discount that will be ending in December, on December 22nd. It's Overcomer. I have journals. I talked about the writing, and I have other things on there. Maybe you want an art print, or you want something to uplift your spirits, like a piece of artwork. That's all on there. So thank you for watching, and I will talk to you soon.